Welcome, hosts. You are now in the host room and can manage your callers from the Call-In Studio web interface. Audio recording is on.
Yo. Talking shit, getting clicks. It's me, Mo 3 times. Let the children sing. That's right, it is Thursday, 7:30, a little after 7:30 p.m. And that's right, guys, you should already know. Call in 313-825-5557. I cannot front. That's right, we have an update marked by Memphis, guys. No.
What you cheering?
What are we cheering?
What you cheering?
We're cheering that we're alive because it's crazy out in these streets, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot front. I can't front. So, you know what? Let's do a little beat for beat. Little bar for bar by El Vlago. He does his thing. Pro Cal. No one loves me. All right, I gotta do it myself, as always, guys. We are live Thursday, and we're gonna do the damn thing. Regard me. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a sprint. This is a marathon. It is a marathon. Before I start talking all that, what did I say? Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to do. That's right. So, guys, it's been crazy today. Let me toss my keys over there. Yo, it has been insanely insane this week. What type of insane are we talking about, guys? What type of insane? The crazy type of insane. Always got to do the stream check. Definitely. Always got to check the stream. Hey guys, I just got a notification that we're live. I did. That's right. We got some people in here. Hang out with me. We got some people in here. Hang out with me. We got some people in here. Okay. Hang out with me. It's because I'm watching myself. I'm watching me. It's insane. Really, all I want is just the chat box, guys. That's what I want to get to, the chat box, because I never get to the chat box. Yo. What's up, everybody in the chats? What's good? Let me say hello. Hello for the chat. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. You are going to be watching a real one today. I'm going to tell you all about it, but first, let me get situated. It's been a long one, guys. Regard me. Trying to get my life together. And it's not. My life is not getting together. So, you know what you do? You got to improvise. We have to improvise, guys, and that's what we're going to do. Regard me. I'm going to show you a little magic behind this this production, if that's what we can call it right now. I'm going to show you. So usually there's a camera right here, and it's not working. And it's because of me. It's all my fault. Ooh. So I'm going to be hanging out with this camera today. So if I have the George Washington profile going, bear with me. I'll turn around to the camera. But right now, things are happening that I don't like to be happening. But we're not going to let that stop us. Let Trill say. We are definitely not letting any of that stop us. All right, so IMO 3 times. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys, for messing with me tonight. And yeah, I did this show logo, and it's called Murked by Memphis. It really is the other M word by Memphis, but the algorithm does not like these such words. Therefore, vamos. Yep, and these are the officers lined up underneath Tyre Nichols of Memphis, Tennessee. You know what? I was going to just give a crazy introduction and everything, but I found somebody else that can do it a little bit better.
Envy, Charlemagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got our guest host, Nene.
Before Envy starts speaking, because that's who we love to watch, Envy, right? Don't forget, like, subscribe, hit the alerts, so we can have fun and do more of this. More of these crazy things I'm doing.
Here in Memphis.
All right, so I'm just going to fast forward and get right into it, and I will let Attorney Benjamin Crump give you an update about what is going on in Memphis.
And I'll let you go from there.
Yeah, Envy, Charlemagne, and Queen Nene, it's unbelievable how this case unfolds. He's driving home, brother's into photography. He's coming back from taking pictures of the sunset. The Scorpion unit of the Memphis Police Department, many people know them as the Jump Out Boys in their city.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they pull them over at the stop sign, and then they come, and they're on 10 from the beginning. I mean, it's already escalated. They come, and most of America now have seen the video, but we got to see it about a week before. And what struck me was they just escalated from the beginning. I mean, MF this, son of a B that, get on the ground, I'm on the ground, you know, and they just going in on this brother. And he said, what did I do? What did I do? And you see the humanity in Tyre Nichols, the whole video, the police cursing at him, I mean, using excessive force, brutality, and the brother never curses back at them. The brother continues to try to de-escalate the situation, and the officers continue to ratchet it up.
That's right, you heard Attorney Benjamin Crump speaking on Tyre Nichols' death. He is the attorney for the family, and guys, man, it has been a insanely crazy situation this week. Let's start with I'm going to give you guys an arrest update. First of all, if you saw my previous show, I did an hour-long show on this, and let me bring it up real quick. there is a warning because there is such graphic nature of these videos that I've been showing and of the beating and basically the murder of Tyre Nichols by Memphis Police Special Unit, the Scorpion Unit. Hold on, guys. I got something for you. The Scorpion Unit.
Many people know them as the Jump Out Boys in their city.
Many people know them as the Jump Out Boys. Well, because of this video, what I had to do was put an age restriction on these videos. Now, I don't like to do it because, you know, the algorithm and everything, but man, this stuff is so graphic. It's not just the beating, him getting punched in his face and getting ragged all around by, you know, guys that are, you know, way bigger than him. It's not him even yelling for his mother. You know, it's not even him yelling for his mother. I'm going to show you the part that got me later on the show. But first, regard me, let's do the arrest update. All right. We gonna do it. We gonna do it. So I'm going to bring up a couple of the officers. It's not going to be any type of, I'm going to bring up the officers. It's not going to be any type. I got to figure, you know what? We're out of studio mode, guys. We're free willing and Dylan right now. Or else you're not going to see this beautiful face. You know what I mean? I got a little bit of Denzel in here. You know why? Because
I just told you who I thought I was. A god.
That's right. We tell them. But regard me, we are going to definitely get into this. Now, you saw Attorney Crump. Let's get rid of that. Let's start with the first guy. This is Officer Preston Hemphill. I'm going to take the subscribe off real quick for you guys. Hey, if you're in the comments commenting, I can't see you right now. I'm working right now. So, I mean, give shout outs for me or something like that. All right. To the beautiful people that are here with me tonight. Don't worry, guys. I'm not going to slow roll you. I am not slow rolling you. We are going to get down to it. We got some time. I'm going to definitely let you guys call in. I know I was kind of greedy with the call in. The call in lines are open. Our number is, if I remember by heart, 313-825-5557. That's right. Call in because we're live. 313-825-5557. I'll have at least 3 call-in segments where we can go for what we know. But let me get this on the plate right now. All right. So if you saw my previous video, which was absolutely positively called Murder in Memphis, Tyre Nichols and the Memphis PD, let me show you. Oh, there I am. There's my face. Let me clear out. There's my other face. Here's the video. It didn't get many views. I have the, it got 19 views, guys. But this is the one. This is the one you would like to watch. You want to watch. You can watch after this. You can watch. I don't know how you're going to do it, but you're going to do it. All right. This is, I go step by step through the entire video. Now, the video that was provided by, I can't talk sometimes. Sometimes I can't talk. All right. So I'll take you back to my other monitor. This video, we'll take Hemphill down real quick. The video that we've been watching is the full video. Multiple camera angles capture fatal Memphis police beating of Tyre Nichols. It was posted by NBC News. You see that, guys, right there? You see that subscribe button? Look what I'm doing. I just hit subscribe because they just gave us some valuable information. If you feel like I'm going to give you some information, you please do the same for me. Hit my subscribe. Matter of fact, hit that alerts and hit like. Leave a comment. We're live. Don't be sticking in the mud. Show up and show out for us. We're going to definitely let you talk your shit. But this is the video that I'm going by. So if you want to go step by step with this video with me later on in the show, and I will reference it throughout the show. I got some time codes and everything that I'm going to throw down, and we're going to talk about that. That's probably the best place that I should start right now. That's probably the place I should start, you think? Let me tell you what I'm going to do. Let me tell you what I'm going to do tonight. First of all, I'm going to give you an arrest update of the officers. We're going to talk about the EMT people that we're going to, go over the EMT guys that got robbed. that got fired. We're going to go over Officer Preston Hemphill, who was the officer. If you've watched the video already, he was like the first guy we see. He's holding the taser. We're going to talk about him being fired. We're also going to talk about, because somebody else was fired on that PD squad, and I think I may know who it is. I do the digging. I do the digging. I dig for you guys, but yo, I broke it down, and you will be quite amazed that I think I found the second guy, because they have not identified him, but I think I figured it out. If I did, I did. If I didn't, regard me. But I honestly think I got the unidentified police officer. If you watch the video, do a couple different rewinds, and I'm going to show you some things that I did not pick up or did not mention in that first video. I'm definitely showing you tonight. That's right. I'm hitting my hands Jersey style, guys. Hang out with the boy tonight. We're going to get down to it, but obviously, before we even really start rocking out, I have to, yet again, I have to do it. You have to be warned that this show definitely is going to contain some strong language. I'm going to try to keep my cursing to a minimum, and you're not going to be... You might hear one of those. I might have to go off, but listen, this is obviously an unusual theme. Well, is it really? We can discuss that. But really, be warned. We are going to be watching some graphic things. It's not even the sights for me anymore. It's just listening to it. It's like audibly listen to this man gasp for air and actually not cry out for his mama, but just like I feel at one point he was talking to God, asking him for breath, because, man, they smothered him and they worked this guy over. And when I'm talking about they, I mean they as in
many people know them as the Jump Out Boys in their city.
Mm-hmm. The Jump Out Boys. So we can talk about the arrest update. We'll go into that. Definitely, you guys want to bring up and call in. When we call in, we can talk about the Scorpion unit. We're going to talk about how, some people who are definitely not in favor of Tyre Nichols and more in favorable of the police officers. Yes, there are some people who watch this video and still hold that mantle up. We're going to give some of their reactions, and then I'm going to open up the phone lines once again, and I'll walk my callers through them. I want to just show you some little quirky things that I saw in this video. But first, let us talk about Preston Hemphill, guys. I'm going to bring up his picture again. Preston Hemphill. Now, I'm going to go through this video. I'm going to rewind. Actually, we're going to go... And this is where we're going to pick it up. That's right, another warning, because this is about to get nuts.
You gonna get your ass blown the off. Get the cup. Damn, I didn't do anything. Hey, I didn't hurt you. Ass ground. All right. On the ground. You don't do that, okay? Get on.
All right, maybe we can accomplish all of this. Listen, this is basically the start of the video. And in this start of the video, you know what? Let me add me to this thing somewhere around here so I can talk to you guys. I'll put myself down here in the corner. No one puts Mo 3 times in the corner.
You stupid.
That's true. I gotta try to keep it light, because, man, we're dealing with such a serious subject here. But, all right, so this is the beginning of video. This man is being pulled over from a traffic violation. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, students, children, people of all ages, what is wrong with this? Anybody in law enforcement might want to tell me how a video could start for a traffic stop, and the body cam footage starts with you not asking for, hey, sir, license and registrations. Do you know why I pulled you over? No, they ain't asked that, guys. They ripped this man from his vehicle and started roughing him up on straight from the tip. Straight from the tip. That's what they did. All right. We're still on it. Officer Hemphill.
Tase your ass. Tase. All right, I'm on the ground.
Oh my God. I'm gonna tase your ass. Oh. I'm gonna tase you. Tase him, boss. Tase him. That's what it sounds like, kind of.
You don't do that, okay? Get on the ground. Tase your ass.
All right, looks like he's on his knees right now.
Lay down. Get on the ground. I think tase you. Get on the ground. Lay down. One. Now.
All right.
Okay, dude.
See the taser's lit up because it's got the button kind of pressed out. Yo, let me tell you something crazy about those tasers. Now, if you watch the show, I break that taser down. That is an X2. It's a replacement for the X26, which is a police issued taser. It's a law enforcement grade taser. That thing will fry you. The cool thing about the X2, if you want to say it's a cool thing, but the cool thing about the X2 is that it has 2 clips in it. So every time you shoot a taser, regular taser, it has like a one-shotter botter. It shoots 2 prongs out, makes connection. You can pull the trigger and it'll juice them right there, kind of like a gun. You pull the trigger, it shoots out this little string, kind of like a little Spider-Man web at you, like 2 little strings with a node, hits you, you pull the trigger, zaps you, incapacitates you. This one is awesome for law enforcement because if you miss the first shot, you don't have to reload. You still have a second shot. So basically, there are 4 prongs inside of that taser right there. If it is fully loaded, which I believe it is. And while I have you here, let me tell you something about this X2. There it is, guys. And it's the same one he has. Let me take the picture away. As you can see, look towards the barrel of the weapon, the business in that weapon. You will see this little, and I don't know if you can actually see my cursor. Hold on, maybe right here where I'm circling with the cursor. That is the little teardrop pattern. Oh, that was a teaser. That's the teardrop pattern that you can see here next to the trigger, little black little teardrop. Right there, if you're holding a taser next to someone's body and you press that button, it will kind of like charge the tasers. And as you can see, here's the 2 cartridges that you load from the front of the weapon. You can see the light that's below the business end of that taser. But yeah, if you press that, if you press the teardrop button, it kind of acts like a stun gun, and you will get stunned by the taser. Let me tell you how popular they are. They absolutely made an X2 enamel pin that you can just wear, pin to your clothes. I got a couple different pins from Data Crew. I mean, guys, if you guys want to work with me on the show, do some marketing, some advertising, by all means, get with me because I love your product. But these pins right here were being sold on eBay for about $8. And guess what, guys? No one can get them because them shits are sold the fuck out. There's my first curse of the day. Yes, it is, Flash. It is something, Flashback. It is something because that taser is so popular with law enforcement that they made a pin, a wearable pin, in homage of the taser, and that thing has sold out. You can't find any, guys.
Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished?
No, because they will be re-upped. And if you want to go on eBay and pick one up, by all means, do it. I won't be, but this is Officer Hemphill with the taser. Let's see why Officer Hemphill may have been relieved from duty. And to be totally honest with you, this is the update part. The update was they removed him from basically his job, threw him at a desk, did whatever with him, but he was no longer fit to do his patrol duties or whatever. But since then, the update is streets are talking that he has in fact been fired, along with another mysterious officer that I will identify for the YOU coming up in the show. Y'all hang out with me. I don't know what fell, but it fell and I don't need it because the show's still going. We're green right now. Right? We are green. Okay, so yeah, that taser's so popular, they made a pin out of it, and that pin sold out. All right, let's go.
Okay, stop. I'm gonna knock your ass. Hey, you guys are really doing a lot right now. Bro, lay down. I'm just trying to go home. Lay down. Man, if you don't don't lay down. Oh, I am on the ground. Put your hands on your stomach.
It's crazy.
I got you. Okay. Stop. I'm not doing it.
I think he already tased him. Like, as he's moving, I think he had already been tased, right? I think he had already been tased, like, right around now.
Stop. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Right there, that I think that was a taser. So, I believe he's tased right now. Taser. He shot again. Usually you say taser before you're about to shoot. Kind of like a shout out for anybody that may be around, doesn't want to get a little residual shot going. This was also funny. If you look at the camera, this guy runs for a whole 15 seconds before he stops. He stops and he gives up chase. These are your police officers, guys. These are your bravest right here that can't run for more than 15 seconds without giving the flying up. So I think he was fired because he wasn't physically fit. No, I think he was fired because he was basically telling a civilian that he was going to tase his ass, that he hopes they stomp his ass, and he was just not being a good police officer. He was being one of those bad apples, guys.
What you cheering?
What are you cheering for? What are you cheering for? All right, so that's Officer Hemp Phil. I'm going to throw his picture up there again. Just for you. Officer Hemp Phil. That was the guy that was holding the taser. I'm not going to lie, guys. As you can see, and I know we're not supposed to be talking about anybody's bodies because the last show y'all guys got on me about that, but look at this guy. You know, he's a police officer. I don't know how long he's been in, but his mustache says not that long, and he just looks like a chubster. He couldn't run, and he couldn't tase properly. Now, there are a lot of talks on the streets. The streets be talking. That's right, the streets be talking. And one of the things that the streets did say was that they were like, yo, Tyre Nichols had to be on something. He had to absolutely be on something. Let me tell you what most likely happened. Officer Hemp Phil, the one that could not run for more than 15 seconds before he gave up chase after a suspect that they had pepper sprayed already, roughed up, and, attempted to tase, someone you would think would be dangerous, the way you're treating him like a felonious criminal of like the capital sort, capital crime type of dude. You can't catch him. That's one thing. But also, we're talking about people say that most times you're on PCP. You get tased and knock it off is because you're on PCP or you're some type of narcotic, but that's not the case. Those tasers, not only you can have misfires, which it looked like Hemp Phil had was a misfire the first time, but the second time, and I am speculating there was a second time because you really can't tell. But it seems the second time he got Tyre, but I think he got him on his clothing and his jacket. He wasn't able to get a clean shot on Tyre. That's why he was able to kind of get the taser nodes off of him and run, because he had a little cushion between his jacket and the nodes on the taser. Right? Are you guys tracking? You tracking? Are we? Rock with me. I gotta check you guys out right now. It's out right now. I do. I do have to check you guys out. What are we talking about here? Who's this 19-year-old boy we're talking about? With who? Ramid, what's good? Ramid, what's good? Can't check my Facebook right now. But when you call in, we can talk about it. That's right, guys. When Ramid calls in, he's going to call, hint, 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 313-825-5557. All right. What else do I want to do? Okay, I want to give some updates, some more updates. All right, so the officers were charged. All the black officers, by the way, we're not going to put Hempfield's not in this one, but 5 of the officers that were originally charged were charged with second-degree murder, 2 counts of official misconduct, 2 counts of aggravated kidnapping, 1 count of official oppression, and 1 count of aggravated assault. Well, guys, I think we all know what most of these counts are for, but let's figure out what in the flying fricassee is official oppression. Let's work that out together. Let's work out that problem. So I think it's a state law. So let's put official oppression Tennessee and we get a code. Excuse me. This may not be as accurate. I always gotta give you these things because they're coming off of websites, but I think it's more than less accurate. So in 2021, Tennessee Code Title 39, Criminal Offenses, Chapter 16, Offenses Against Administration of Government, Part 4, Misconduct Involving Public Officials and Employees, 39-16-403, Official Oppression. Official Oppression. Right? It seems like as we're talking about it, that is a law that is specifically for public officials. So it's a universal citation. A public servant acting under color of office or employment commits an offense who intentionally subjects another to mistreatment or to arrest, detention, stop, frisk, halt, search, seizure, dispossession, assessment, or lien when the public servant knows the conduct is unlawful. Okay? 2, intentionally denies or impedes another in the exercise or enjoyment of any right, privilege, power, or immunity when the public servant knows the conduct is unlawful. B, for purposes of this section, a public servant acts under color of office or employment if the public servant acts. Hold on, and I'm going to give, you know what, you guys deserve the left monitor. I'm showing you right here. This is what I'm reading from right now, guys. And you know what, I know you need me, so I'm going to throw my face up here. Oh, I don't want to be over here facing away from all the information. I kind of want to be facing you guys, so let me flip myself. I'm flipping myself. All right, so this is where we were. For purposes of this section, we're right here in B, guys. Follow along. A public servant acts under color of office or employment if the public servant acts or purports to act in official capacity or takes advantage of the actual or purported capacity. It's an offense under this section is a Class E felony. Charges for official oppression may be brought only by indictment, which we are soon to have, presentment or criminal information, provided that nothing in this section shall deny a person from pursuing other criminal charges by affidavit or complaint. So that is what official oppression is. Just let you know. If you guys want to know the other ones, we can talk about that. But like I said before, basically what we have is just these officers are out of freaking control. These guys are definitely out of control. So next we have officer. We're going to get into it. All right. I already know that you guys, and I'll hop around with this, but I already know that you guys who have been following this case have heard of Demetrius Haley. You heard of a very nasty rumor going around about Demetrius Haley. Am I right? Am I right? Let the children say. And the rumor is that Officer Haley had a baby mama, and this is the streets talking now, mind you. But Officer Haley supposedly has a baby mama that works in FedEx. If anybody knows anything about FedEx, then you will know that FedEx is headquartered in Memphis, Tennessee, which seems to me there would be not just headquarters, but satellite buildings. Like Memphis would basically be ran by FedEx, one of the biggest companies, largest companies in the world. Matter of fact, the movie with Tom Hanks, the one where he's on the island alone and he's talking to the volleyball, he's leaving Memphis to go out to Russia or coming back from Russia or something. He's traveling. But he was based out in Memphis in that movie. If anybody can remember the name of the movie, and I'm talking about, I am a movie genius. Like I'm a savant when it comes to watching movies. I can't even remember the name of that classic gem. But this is Demetrius Haley, and the rumor on the street is that his wife and Tyre Nichols worked together at a FedEx where they ultimately had a relationship. They had a sexual relationship together. So that's what the streets are saying. That's what people on social media are saying. We don't know that for sure yet. And the reason why we don't know that for sure is because
if you have documents, if you have photos, if you have clues and evidence, if you will.
If you have any of those, if you will, then we got you. And those are clues. We got clues, but we don't got all the evidence, do we, Dusty? No, we don't. But yes, this is Demetrius Haley. And we see, I think it's Demetrius Haley who's first we're seeing pepper sprayed as we go down here.
All right, just straight.
This is him, Phil, helping with the pepper spray. Water in his eye in his water in his eye. But yeah, that to me looks like him, Phil. This looks like him, Phil, right here. The guy that originally got pepper sprayed. So right now what we got is, I mean, I am not in law enforcement. I don't, specifically know their tactics, but I also do have common sense. Vlago always says that he's not the smartest man in the world, but he is definitely top 5 in common sense. If Vlago is top 5 in common sense, I will definitely be in at least the top 100 in common sense. I mean, not the best at everything, guys. But yeah, I'm thinking that it was Haley being tased, but the way that they did it from, if it's a traffic stop, it's usually, sir, ma'am, license and registration. They just went after these boys. But we're going to talk about it because
many people know them as the jump out boys in their city.
Mm-hmm. That's right. All right. Next, we have Emmett Martin III. Yep. That is Emmett Martin III. Yeah, I believe Emmett Martin is 6'3", over 250 pounds. I believe he's registered at 270 pounds. From 2010 to 2014, he was a member of the men's varsity football team for Bethel University in McKenzie, Tennessee. He played, he's an athlete. On April 26, 2015, he was initiated as a member of the Omega Psi Phi Theta Iota chapter in Jackson, Tennessee. He's Omega Psi Phi. I would throw it up, but I know the bros would come and get me because I'm not a bro. I'm not. In May 2015, he graduated from Bethel University with a bachelor's degree in criminal justice and corrections. And in March 2018, the Memphis Police Department hired him. He was a part of the department's Scorpion unit. The way it's reported is seemingly like he came on the force and was immediately adopted to the Scorpion unit, which goes towards a theory that I have. I have a couple of theories on this case. But we'll get back to that. Remind me to get back to my theory on Emmett Martin, and actually all of them. All right, so next we have Justin Smith, okay? That's Justin Smith in a video. He's one of the guys, I believe, saying, oh, my leg's hurt, man. My leg is hurt. Anyway, Justin Smith had a little dirt on him before he came up. Nothing crazy serious, but he did get into a car accident while driving his police vehicle in non-emergency mode in January of 2021. And he was also cited with a failure to maintain proper control. He basically hit a pickup truck. He rear-ended a pickup truck that struck another car. and that was Smith, the driver in the third vehicle. Nobody was hurt. They had minor I can't even speak, guys. They had minor injuries. We're going to pick up this guy. This is Tadarius Mariel Bean. And Bean is the one out of all of them that didn't have any criminal background or any citation. He didn't have any bad marks on or blemishes on his police record. He did not. And this is Desmond Mills Jr. And let me tell you something about Desmond Mills Jr. Desmond Mills has a lawyer, and his lawyer is, helping him try to beat this case, and has indicated that his client may not have been able to see because the officers accidentally pepper sprayed themselves during the vicious beatdown. Some of the questions that remain will require a focus on Desmond Mills' individual actions, on what Desmond knew, what he was able to see when he arrived late to the scene, on what Desmond knew and what he was able to see when he was pepper sprayed, and on whether Desmond's actions crossed the lines that were crossed by other officers during this incident. This is his attorney, Blake Ballin. First of all, guys, his buddy's name is Blake Ballin. Let's find an image of this cat. Let's see what it looks like. Aren't you guys want to see what it looks like? Desmond's lawyer's name is Blake Ballin. Let's Google Blake Ballin. God, attorney, Memphis, Tennessee comes right up, guys. He must be one of the best. He must be one of the best. I'm going to hit you with my left monitor now so you can see Blake. There he is.
You stupid.
Yeah, I know, guys. But hey, everybody has to, be represented in the court of law. And Demetrius, no less. So it looks like Desmond Mills is already trying to and attempting to come up with a defense for what happened. But I will also show you that I believe Desmond Mills was the officer in the video that was striking Tyre Nichols with a baton while Tyre Nichols was being subdued by two other officers. They all together outweighed this man by at least 400 pounds. Easy. And yet they were unable to subdue him. So anyway, this statement came, while the nation was reeling from that brutal footage. And basically, like, these guys are doing fist bumps as a 29-year-old man is crying out for not only his mama, but for his breath when he's a mere 100 yards away from his mother's house. And these guys are fist bumping and laughing and basically talking shit without getting the clicks.
Many people know them as the Jump Out Boys in their city.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. So let me remind you all that we have a call-in line. My call-in line number is 313-825-5557. I don't see anybody in queue. Let me make sure that we're actually... Can I get a test call from somebody out there? I know y'all watching. Let me get a tester. Hint, hint. Let me get a tester. You know what? I'm going to do it myself. I hope I don't get through this line. I got through this line, and you want to know why I got through the line? Because y'all not calling in.
You stupid.
I didn't mean to call you guys stupid. I meant to hit that button.
I said, hold on.
Many people know them as the Jump Out Boys in their city.
Something ain't right.
I see it. Insanely sad. I would. It's insanely sad. Oh, don't worry. I'm going to get to that. The 19-year-old recalls encounter with MPD's Scorpion unit. Yeah, we're definitely going to talk about that. You know what? You were a good guy. So that's what we got right now. All right, so we gave you an arrest update. Everything about the officers. We went through their charges. We heard from Attorney Crump. We found out about Officer Hemphill. What do you guys think that was weird? That Officer Hemphill? Because honestly, when I first watched the video myself, I was like, yo, like, they didn't get the taser guy? He was in on it. But they didn't get him? They didn't get the taser guy at all? Why? Why didn't they get the taser guy? There are so many things I saw in that video, and I think as it came out just last week, I think more and more people are going to watch it. I think the police officers and police department's going to watch it. I think there's going to be some more people that are fired. There's going to be some more.
Many people know them as the jump out boys in their city.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got callers. Yeah. Good evening. Talking shit, getting clicks. This is Mo 3 times. Hello? 732 number. Word. Yo, every week this happens to me. Every friggin' week this happens to me. I get a breather. Just breathing. You know what? I'm going to call you. That's what I'm going to do. I got all night. You know what? This thing reclines.
Hello.
Hello. Talking shit. Getting clicks. You don't call and hang up while I'm saying what's up. Who am I talking to? Who am I talking to, though? Who guard me? Kato, what's going on? Can you hear me? Hello? Hola. Hello? I know she did not. She hung up on me. Guys, can you not hear me when I'm talking on the phone? Excuse me. Of course you can. Yeah, that's all right. Oh, you know what? I see what's going on here. All right, I'm calling you back. It's my fault. I can't even call her back because she just left the queue. Guys, I'm putting on my megaphone to let you know that I am so sorry. But I'm getting it together.
Many people know them as the jump out boys in their city.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how to use the phone. I got cameras breaking on me. I got information scattered all across my screen. You guys have entered my mind. And how you do that? I'm gonna take a sip. You see that? That's a talking shit, getting clips sipper. From a man wearing a talking shit, getting clicks hoodie.
I said, hold on. I said, hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Something ain't right. Because you don't have a talking shit, getting clips sipper or a hoodie. Look, it's got a hood and everything with drawstrings. Drawstring. You might need some of that merch. You guys might need some of that merch. I'm just saying. You might. So my team out there listening, we got to put it together for the peoples because they want merch. I gotta stop, guys. I gotta stop. You know what? It's so drab and dark. I might have to skip. Let's definitely boost it up. We got more callers, though. Talking shit, getting clicks. You're on the air with Mo 3 times. Hello? Talking shit, getting clicks. Yeah. Is that better? Hello? Can you hear me? Oh, I gotta hit the talk button first. Talking shit, getting clicks. Yo, yo, yo. Me episodes. You're on with Mo 3 times. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Talking shit, getting clicks. Seriously? All right. Nobody wants to talk to me yet again. And guys, the thing is I know I've been doing you dirty for these last couple of weeks, but yo, I think Comcast might have actually came through and did the right thing.
Cause I was drugged the fuck out, bro. I was drugged out.
Not me, but Comcast, guys. I'm hitting buttons. All right, so we're gonna move on. We did the officer updates, blah, 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 blah. All right. Since you've been hanging in there with me, let me give you my theory on the missing officer that's missing from this. Because we had reports that said that not only was Officer Preston Hemphill fired, but there was also an unidentified officer that was fired. I think I know which officer that was. Rock with me. Hold on. I got it written down here. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to skip ahead. We'll go back through this. And I got time code, so it's not like we're going to be really, really hunting around for this. I'm going to make it quick and concise for you guys. Give you some more information, and then maybe you'll want to call in and talk that shit, get that clicks with your boy Mo 3 times. All right, so let me set this up. The EMTs are now in the area. The police officers are trying to, talk about what's happening. In my opinion, possibly trying to manufacture a story about what may or may not have happened. But listen to this. Listen to this carefully.
Y'all got stop on traffic stop? Yeah, Hemphill don't stop on traffic. So we talking. I'm talking about he.
Wait, running. He ran so goddamn far. Hold on. You trying to stand up?
Yeah. What was he driving? It's car way up there. They got his ID right there.
He's about 19.
He be running? No. He ain't got nothing in the car. Unless he threw it when on his way running. He ran so goddamn far.
I don't know. That might. I don't know if he did have nothing. And everybody over here?
Damn. Just stay like that. It's not running.
Damn. All right, you heard it. Hold on. Right now, he's going to say, "Sup, Lou?" And then you're going to hear a voice that says, "I swung at the guy." Listen to me. We'll go back a couple seconds. It's coming up in about 4 or 5 seconds. So listen carefully. You're going to hear one of the officers say, "What's up, Lou?" That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing a Lou. And then Lou says in response that I swung on the guy. Listen. You heard? Right at the phone buzzes. One more time. I swung at the guy, right? So now I'm like, oh man, video's playing.
This how I knew you was fucked up. When you were running, you just said, that shit. You look like Steve Wonder, man.
There's Lou. This is Lou. You want me to drag it over for you so you guys can see properly? I'm just messing up stuff. But where is it? Big man. Yeah, let me drag you over. I'm gonna put Lou right here in the middle. This is Lou, guys. I believe this is the unidentified officer that was also fired along with Preston Hemphill. This is who they were referring to, Lou. But guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Lou gives us a little bit more information. And Lou gave me a theory that I've been mulling over in my head that I want to go over with you guys. It might be something, it might not be anything. But while I have you out here, in the comment section, if you're in the comment section right now, let me know. Do you guys absolutely positively think that it might have been a situation where Tyre Nichols was possibly having some type of relationship with one of the Scorpion unit's significant others, girlfriends, ex-girlfriends, or whatever, and that this might have been a catalyst for this ass whooping bestowed upon him? And when I say ass whooping, please regard me, because this man died from this beating that these officers gave him. He died. Rodney King was being beat for like damn near 8 minutes with nightsticks, with officers on him, and it was said at the time and proven at the time that Rodney King indeed was on PCP, and he was getting beat by these officers. First of all, regard me, I don't know if he was actually, but that was the accusation. He was on PCP. He got beat by these officers for a grip. He didn't die, but he was in the hospital for a minute. This young man died. He wasn't even 30 years old yet. I see you on the call line. I got you. Talking, get in. Do you have speakerphone off? Please take it off. Like, I can hear you. Hello? My phone is not. This is definitely not me.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I know my stuff's working. Hello? Can you hear me? Yes. Can you hear me? Wow. You can't hear me, can you? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me through your phone?
Late, so I can hear you I don't know.
Sometimes if you go into browser settings, it's like a mic setting or something like that. Let me go.
No.
I think it is me. Hold on for a second. You hold on the line. I'm about to mute you. Who would want to talk to me? I'm mad at people for not wanting to talk to me, and I'm sitting here and I ain't right. And I'm not right myself. Right. But still, while I have you here, guys, that's Lou. It just is. It's Lou. The chat. Need to add a site. Settings. Yo, y'all are real MVPs. Give yourselves a hand for putting up with me and my nonsense. You guys are truly, indubitably. I just close out. I close out of everything, so it doesn't even matter anymore, does it? All right. All right, I'm gonna call him back in. Give me a second. I do this every week. I have not gotten it together. Let me take that off. I don't want to punish you guys for my mistakes. All right. And privacy settings. I can't believe this. Cannot believe this. Click. Oh, is that use camera mic? Site settings. There we go. Site settings. This is crazy. I wonder if it's actually going to let me do this. Somehow my computer defaulted to some crazy security setting. Sound. Okay. I told him it was allowed to. Let's give it another try. So I want to talk to the people. All right, let me put this right here. And let me hook you guys up with some beats. Yo, why do this though? Well, as soon as I get this set up, we're going to talk about some responses from, people who are just critics. It's not fair that these guys are. Can't believe this. Oh, you know what? Guys, don't do the updates. I tried to do the right thing. I tried. But you know what? I'm done doing the right thing from now on. I'm definitely not doing the right thing. I will never do the right thing ever again, except by you guys. I will always do the right thing by all of you guys. Because I'm talking that shit. I'm literally really talking shit right now, guys. All right, so I don't know if this is working. This is crazy. Settings, whatever. Settings, calls, my devices. I don't have any do not disturb on. I don't have any of that on. And it seems like every time I get on a roll and I try to take some calls, they say, no, you can't take no calls. Yeah, all right. If this works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't work. All right, let me, I am going to yay myself, and I'm going to go to the music. Hang out with me for a second. Let me get this cleared up. This requires all of my attention right now, guys. Give me about 2 minutes, and I will be back up, and we will get this together. That's right, Merc by Memphis, Tyre Nichols.
Thank you for calling Call-In Studios host and call screener line. Please enter your show or meeting number and press pound.
Enter your 6-digit PIN. Welcome, host. You are now in the host room and can manage your callers from the Call-In Studio web interface. Audio recording is on.
Yeah, regarding me, I think I fixed it. I have no idea what was going on, guys. I promise. But I think I got it now. Yep, we got some rings. I see me here. Everything looks like it's unblocked. Google did a number on me. I had to reset it, guys. I had to restart my my Googles. Isn't that amazing? It is, but we're still here. We're still standing. All right. So getting back to what we were talking about, here we go. Pull out of swords. All right. So this is Lou. All right. As you can hear, Lou says that, hey, I swung on him. But not only that, there's going to be some more issues with Lou. Yep. So, yeah, Lou said he swung on him. And if you're following me on the NBC News video, around 20 minutes and 44 seconds, we're going to see something.
He hit my car, so then I'm like, God damn, man, what are we doing? He pulled up to the red light, stop at the red light, put his turn signal on. So we jump out the car.
There's Lou. And it looks like the officers are deferring to Lou. They're asking him questions. I don't know if he's a senior officer. I don't know if he's a supervisor or anything like that. But it is my belief that Lou is the one that was fired, the unidentified officer that was fired along with Preston Hemphill. All right. So, guys, while we were out there, out and about, there were some things that we just saw socially that was going on regarding this case that I just found. I just found like just uncouth at times, man. And that's what it is. And hold on, someone's not calling my show. They're calling the phone. They're just calling my regular cell phone. If you want to call me, please call 313-825-5557 as we're live. We're live. So call there. Call me at 313-825-5557 because it will also help me figure out if this thing is truly working. So disappointed. I am so disappointed. You guys have been with me for an hour right now. That's amazing. I don't have the, yeah, I do because I'm here with you. All right. So yeah, we just spoke about Officer Lou. There were also three EMTs that were also suspended.
Hey, maybe working.
Hopefully it's working now, right?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Awesome. We're back in it. It is working. Yeah, when something happened with the Googles, it just defaulted to trashness. But I got it back up and working. Yes, I did.
All right, that's all. Bye.
Thank you for helping me test. And to you. Out. I'm going to drop that call. I got a setting to ban callers. I'm not going to ban you. I like you. Talking shit, getting clicks. It's your boy Mo 3 times. Kato, is that you? Oh my God, are you serious? You can't just hang up on the boy.
Hello.
Yo, talking shit, getting clicks. Every time you call, I hit wrong buttons. You know this.
I don't think you want me to call.
What's going on? Happy
I was
Friday.
just calling to say hello.
Hey, how are you? Hey, you know what? Tonight is not one of those shows that you just call in and say hello. This is some serious stuff. Have you seen this? Have you seen this video of Tyre Nichols?
I have.
You watched the whole entire thing?
I have. I did. I just think it's so sad. I don't know. It was giving me, like, honestly, like, anxiety watching the video. So I had to, like, stop and then go back to it because it was too much.
Oh, so you watched it in parts, like Hebrews to Negroes.
Yeah, I had to go back because I couldn't. It was just too much for me. I don't know. It was giving me anxiety.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like, I've been thinking about this for a couple of days now, and just the fact that I watched it, because I think after the guy in Minnesota that got shot with his the little girl and his girlfriend in the car, like, I stopped watching these videos because you see them so much, you kind of get numb to them. And I feel like I have, like, honestly, I feel like numb to these. I actually had to, like, pull myself aside, and it made me sad. So I guess it's like a defensive mechanism that we all have again, but it kind of got to me. Like, not just when he's yelling out for his mom, but at one point he's yelling out, "Give me breath." Like, he is struggling, and you can even hear it in the cop's voice, like, "Yo, sit him up." Like, even though he was just beating on him, he even understood that it was, a perilous situation for this guy.
Yeah, exactly. It was just too much. I'm like, oh my God, I can't even see it. Like, I felt like helpless, like I couldn't help him. So it was too much. Like,
right.
Yeah.
And imagine how scary it is just being in handcuffs, and getting dragged around, or being put in the handcuffs by like a gang of people that just tried to drag you. Oh man, it was just, I don't know. But listen, I don't want to, spark your PTSD, but this is definitely this is definitely one you have to, we got to share this right now. Warning again, this video obviously is not suitable for anybody or anybody's sensibilities, but in the light of journalism, this is what we're doing. This is the part that, like, got me right here. Like, right there. He's like, "Give me breath." Like, he's down to his foundation right now, and the only thing he wants is air. These guys been whooping up on him for the past.
Right now.
I know you can't see it right now, but because we got a little delay. But I was just replaying it, and basically he's on the ground. The officers are still on top of him at this time. Body cam is showing that it's 8:36 in the evening, and he's begging for breath.
Exactly.
You ever have you ever been in a situation where you felt you were going to drown or suffocate?
Yes, I have. It's
one of the most scariest feelings in the world, right?
It is. It definitely is. Especially that I don't know how to swim. Right.
It's that feeling of helplessness. Now imagine you're back in that position where you're underwater and the water is just all above you and you're struggling, and then you have someone punching you, kicking you, cursing you out, hitting you with batons. Like, what does it do to that experience that you're already in the deepest, greatest fear of your life?
I know. That was just too much. Again, that's all I can say. It was just too much. I don't know. I don't even have words to describe the video. Like, seriously, I just felt anxious, and just like I felt so bad for him. I mean, honestly, I don't have words to describe it. It got me so angry. The fact that he was going through that, regardless of the reason. I think there was no reason to do all that.
Yeah, like how does a trap? We've seen people get pulled over at traffic stops and shot, and that totally makes no sense. But this is not even of this universe. These guys.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, I mean, have you heard any of the rumors? Like maybe he was involved with one of the officers, sweethearts or something like that.
No, I didn't. I just honestly everything I saw was on your episode that you did yesterday, I think it was.
Okay.
But I haven't. I was just reading on the chat. People were saying it was because of girlfriend or whatever. But I didn't really see on social media.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. Then like the streets are talking and everything, and then you're looking at it like, how could a mere traffic stop? Like, it's not even something that escalated because it already had started out already on 10. Like, usually, like I was saying earlier before, it's like you get the hey, you know why I stopped you. I need your license, registration, and then from there it's like a interaction, and then it just gets ratcheted up from there. Like, they came at this guy and snatched him out the car like they had been investigating him, following him around all day. They snatched him out the car like he was an Amber Alert suspect. So that's crazy.
Yeah, which he was insane. So maybe it's true. I don't know. I can't say it's true, but maybe it is. About the girlfriend thing.
I've been working on a theory, and I don't know, like, if the whole girl... My theory is dependent upon whether or not there is any... Because they said all right, so the police are saying, and we're going to go there. This is probably a good segue, because we're going to go more into the video of just things that I thought were kind of crazy that I picked up, that I didn't pick up in the first video that I saw later on. I want to talk about. But one of the things is that the officers are claiming, and right now, I mean, whatever they're saying on these body cams, I have to hold it with a block of salt. I can't believe anything that any of these officers are saying right now, just from the way that they behaved. Somebody wants to disagree with me on that, then it's whatever. But my whole thing is, if they do find, and I would think that we would know, but sometimes police do suppress that evidence, we find that there was an issue, that there was a car in the vicinity of Tyre Nichols, and he was driving recklessly and almost hit the cop car like they were claiming to be. And then my theory would be they got the wrong guy. And something else that supports my theory is that when we're talking about Lou, I introduced you to, I did show you, if we check the show here, you see that originally it was the 5 black cops that were arrested. They were arrested and fired. They ultimately ended up firing the taser cop that's here at the end. His name is Preston Hemphill. And then the news is reporting that they fired another officer, an identified officer, and I pointed him out that I think, and this is just me thinking, this is the officer from what I'm seeing. Yeah, I'm speculating right now, but I think that I might be on point because they kind of defer to him. They do call him Lou, and in these pictures, because they also remind you, they fired the EMTs. They fired 3 EMTs. They fired the 2 that we saw at the scene, but there's somebody talking to Tyre saying, "Hey man, what do you take? What do you take?" And that was actually Lou over there, still interrogating Tyre Nichols, and the EMTs just stood by and let him do it when the EMTs were actually there to, give medical assistance to him. Yeah, so exactly. I think that the EMTs obviously got canned for that. Their lieutenant never bothered to get out of the truck, and that's why he was fired. And then I think that Lou is the officer that the other officers on the Scorpion team, the Scorpion. Oh my God! And every time I gotta hit this button.
Many people know them as the Jump Out Boys in their city.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Jump Out Boys, aka the Scorpion Boys. Like, I think he may have, either been a part of that group, or supervisor in that group, or someone in that group that they definitely looked up to, because there's just a couple times that they defer to him in the video. So that's where I am at it right now. That's where we are, guys. Caro, anything to add?
We'll see. No, I mean, I've just been listening, and reading what everyone is saying. I don't know. I don't want to say too much, but all I can say is just sad. I feel bad for the family that they have to go through this. It's a shame. It's really a shame.
It really is. I agree with you. At a time like this, usually during the show you call in, I got to ask you like a Philadelphia Eagles question. But right now, it does not feel right. It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right at all. It's not a vibey right now at all. But thank you for calling in, and thanks for sharing your opinion with us. Appreciate you.
You're welcome. And keep up the good work.
I'm going to try. Thank you. Night. Yo, talking shit, getting clicks. You are on with Mo 3 times.
Am I? Hello?
Guys, we got a celebrity in here. Do y'all know who this is? It's Flashback. What's going on, Flashback? How are you, sir?
Well, while y'all talking shit, I had to wait online so long I had to take a shit. Hold on.
Oh, my God. Are you on the toilet right now? I doubt it.
I just flushed the toilet, and I just want to say this. Yeah, I'm the guy that's been calling in weekly that I know the word was out that you've been blocking me because I talk too long. But I happen to notice you and this lady that I listen to the show every week, and she's always calling in. She gets 10, 15 minutes, half hour, and nothing to say. You must like her. But anyway, I'm not going to complain no more since you're not blocking me anymore. But I just want to say this. My comment is, I just want to say, maybe I am a racist.
Oh, Lord.
Because
Hold on for a second before you go into it. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you what. This is this man's own opinion. He's about to give us the works. All right. I don't know. I just want to hit a sound effect.
That's right. I get my turn. I want to fit, and I want to express myself to who's ever listening out here besides you, Mo 3.
Mo 3 times.
I was looking at the View.
Yeah.
It's just some things I was checking out.
Hold on. Did you say you were looking at the View?
Yes, I watched the View. I like watching and supporting Whoopi Goldberg. And I just like to say I was looking at her show the other day, and I noticed, of course, his broadcasts all over the news about this situation with the black cop. So Whoopi made a comment that I was thinking, and I say like this, how come when we make comments like this, we become racist? So now they got Whoopi Goldberg as a racist because she made the comment that those black cops had whipped the white guy down, what would have happened? And I said nothing, because those black cops has already been trained to keep their hands off of white folk when it comes to the same situation that they've been doing to us, stopping and beating and shooting and killing us with our arms. And my last thing I say before you block me, so I won't take up too much of your time, is I noticed the 5 cops, the white guy, he was the one that did the tasing, right?
That's correct. And he said, I hope they stop his ass, and I'm going to tase your ass, and all types of stuff.
No, that's not what he said. This is what he said. He said, what we failed to realize he was the one in charge. He's the one that tased them at first, which he didn't know what he was doing. But those black cops always listened to the white man, the way he said, I hope you stop his ass. Stop his ass. So that's what they did. They listened to the white man like they always do. So my comment
right. I have to challenge you on this one.
If I'm a racist, let me be a racist, and then I think I'll join MAGA. Talking shit.
Oh no, you're staying on, sir. You don't go nowhere. Not with that. You're bringing your little spiciness, your little spicy meatball right now. But let me show you something right now.
Another thing I recognize too.
Mm-hmm.
When the white cops were shooting and beating unarmed, innocent black men, they played it around the clock. They played it around the clock. They played it around the clock. Now we got 5 black cops beating up on a black man. And the first thing they tell you, that's why I think nobody listening to the show, they already convinced us not to watch that. If you watch it too much time, you plant this in your mind and you're causing yourself anxiety and all these things. I didn't hear those things when they was hip parade and supporting the white cops when they was beating up us.
Like when though? I think a lot of people have been watching. I think, listen, for the last 10 years, we have literally been bombarded with images of unarmed black men being shot, unarmed black women being shot, people being shot and while they're chilling in their homes, people being shot while they're out jogging. And it's not just police, it's regular citizens, but most of these images have been of police officers brutally beating and shooting unarmed people and just not behaving in a way that we would think our police should conduct themselves. So I think a lot of people, just like you'll hear them say, look, I'm tired of watching slave movies. I don't want to watch this. I'm not going to go see Will Smith's Emancipation. I don't want to watch the Harriet Tubman movie. I don't want to go see Emmett Till, because every time that we see black people, for the most part, unless they're from Wakanda or they got a superhero suit on, we see them in images that reignite, the black pain and sorrow for things that happen. Every year we're going to have a slave movie, or we're going to have some type of overcome, this Disney movie of a teen getting beat by this and coming back. I think people just get tired of it. And that's what I was explaining to Caro on here. I was like, and she was saying like, oh, like when you see some stuff like that, it gets to you. And I was actually saying like, yo, I haven't really watched these videos since Buddy in Minnesota was shot, because that it imprinted on me in a way that was not really good. But you also bring up a good point, because and it's something, the reason why I'm actually doing this show is because, honestly, we can't duck our heads in the sand from this stuff. This is stuff that each and everybody needs to see, and we can't be on that, oh, it's going to give me anxiety, or it's too upsetting to see. You have to click on that warning and hit okay, bypass it, and watch this shit, or else it will become surreal. It's not even going to be real to you. Well, and that's where I got caught up in.
I agree with that. Just like to prove the point of what you said, that's why it's easy for them to so-called get rid of Black history in schools, CRT, and all that other stuff. But on the serious side, the thing that touched me the most is, after watching most of the news and the violence when it came to the police and come to minorities, I could understand that when we know we live in a racist society. But the sad part of the truth that comes in, and you might get upset, but it was something that in the day when I was coming up is what Islam taught to the black man in America, and something Farrakhan said is that we have learned to hate ourselves, and the proof is in the pudding, because what I couldn't understand as being a black man, seeing all the violence and the tragedies and the things from our history that happened to us, what I can't understand as a father, a black man, a husband, an uncle, a cousin, a brother, a friend, an American, a soldier, I could not see out of all the things that's been happening to our people, and to put on that blue uniform that, again, now you're no longer black or white, you're blue. So as they became blue, they did not see themselves in that young man that they beat down. They did not see the reflection of themselves, that he was the black man, of the things that they had learned from the police force, of the things that they did to their own people, and why they don't want to show it, and all this stuff. We upset, we don't want to see it, because the truth, when it comes to us, they laugh because they say, what you got to say about it now? Now there's your people beating up your people. Of course they are. And they killed him. So
those people are ignorant, and those people don't.
Have to vent and talk my shit.
You talking shit. And I'm going to say that you make some great points that we can go off and talk about, because yes, there are people out there saying that, yo, like the first thing they said that, yo, it's a black on black cause. Like, how can that be racist? Like, we can break that down for you. We can talk about the Stevens and Django's and Candylands and tell you how pervasive that racism is, that affects not only the body, but also the mentality and the spirit of people afflicted by it. And this is how some people react. We can also go and make references to the Jews that were in the ghettos that helped get other Jews onto the train, thinking that they were somehow going to save their own lives or make some type of profit. There are always people that are within that do not have the benefit of the entire group, be it humanity, be it Americans, be it Latinos or blacks or whites. There are always people that are going to step outside their group, and they're not going to do it in a positive way of bridging a gap or anything, but they're going to be walling some stuff off. And this is the point that you bring about the police officers not seeing themselves anymore. It's something that I realized when I was in the military. And if you just put your head down and soldier on, sometimes you'll miss this. But I was in a group, and anybody, we're going to equate this actually to the police, but you're in a group. You're in a group of guys, they take you away, and what you have to do is rely on each other. And it becomes about that uniform, and it becomes about rank, and it's less and less about color of skin. It's more about personalities. People will click up and do whatever. But at the end of the day, it's you and your group. No matter if you hate this guy, you can't stand him, his feet stink, and you don't want to be around him, at the end of the day, you do it for that guy on your left and on your right, because that is how you live, that is how you survive, and that is how you be who you be. So basically, what you said in a roundabout way is an issue that I believe a lot of people have been talking about, and that is the militarization of the police. And when we say militarization of the police, we are not just simply talking about weapon and body armor and armored trucks and stuff like that. We're absolutely positively talking about the mentality as well. And that is one of those things. Definitely one of those things. But you bring up very, very valid points about that. And there are people out there that they're not, no matter what you say, they're going to use this as, it's black guys on the left. So what's wrong with that? But then you come to find out that
that's why I said I felt being called a racist from my feelings and my thoughts and what I see. But on the other side, the joke to me is when we come to talk this shit, I just say those 5 black police officers must got confused that when they put on their blue, they must thought they really was a gang and part of the Crips, because when they gave them the name of Scorpion, that's what they act like they was a street gang, not policemen.
They didn't. They should have just had Scorpion jackets on, like Buddy and Drive. But you're absolutely right.
Again, my heart go up to that brother, that young man, for losing his life senselessly.
Yeah, and to all the people who knew and loved him.
I could not imagine, even with the death for the other black men that we lost from police brutality. But like you said, they're not black anymore. It's not white. The proof in the pudding that they want to show, again, when we talk about military, police, and that mentality and that attitude, that's how they think. And I agree with you on that. But that's what made me step outside the box. And that's what we have to do sometimes. We have to step outside the box, because if you think about it, at least when I was in the military, just like what just happened with our country with January 6th, when we raise our hands and take the oath to protect our country, we say foreign and domestic. So when it comes to things that is not right, and the things that we see before us, then we should recognize again, it says foreign and domestic, and we're supposed to even turn and protect ourselves and our people around us when it comes to injustice. So that thing, when they get brainwashed to, for some reason, to think that when it comes to us, because first of all, I always believe, and experience of my life to this day, is the argument is that we are not still seen as Americans. We are not still seen as part of this country. So when it comes to ourselves and the things that we see in the neighborhood with the gang violence and the things we see that they say we perpetrate on ourselves in the community, and they put those 5 young black men together that, again, on the mental, who knows, maybe they was bullied in their lives and became cops and want to bully somebody else. I can't say, but some of the reasons and the things that we see today, I think is the effect of what it's showing about our people, our country, and our society. And I just say one thing before I finish as an example, going back to Whoopi. I love you, Whoopi. You keep telling the truth. That's right. Step outside the box. Don't worry about the contract. Worry about telling the truth. But I say like this, when I watch cops on TV, now it might be true when they come to a percentage of who's getting beat and locked up and arrested and drugs, all those things. But the proof is in the pudding when you watch it. And I watch cops. I watch some of those TV shows and the detectives and all that. A perfect example, I said I saw a white man come out of his trailer with 2 45s in his hands. The cops came to arrest him on a warrant, let him come outside with 2 guns in his hand. They never pointed their gun at him. He's still alive, and they took him in. I see traffic violations where the white guy got out the car, cursed the cops out, tore the tickets up in front of their face. I seen where they get out their car and walk to the police car and nothing happened. So when you try to make me understand that it's the same, there is no difference, and we see what we see when it comes to our own, then you have to understand, especially white folks, again, when I call you out, if this make me a racist because I'm calling you out now, your Fox News and your ex-president, and I didn't see nobody even get shot when y'all took over the Capitol. So understand.
Somebody did. We're about to get into that.
Upset, angry, and this is what you better be prepared for, because our people is getting tired of it, because we take care of our own. And I feel sorry for those 5 brothers, because like I said, we take care of our own when it comes to the law. And that's the sadness on their part too, that I feel, even for their family. They have to look at their son that they raised and in that position when they were supposed to uphold the law, especially for us. Maybe I made a mistake when I said we should become more policemen and more firemen and more soldiers so that it can be balanced out, that we could understand and learn each other. But I leave it at that.
But you see, like the system has sucked them in.
I took too much of your time. But love you, Mo 3. I'm out of here.
To you, sir. I got you on here. I'm going to mute you real quick, but you stay on the line with me real quick. I see other callers in. We're definitely going to get to you. I get to all of my callers. All right, so we got to unpack a lot of things that old Flash said, old flashback.
Ain't nothing.
When I say old, I mean a wise flashback said, wow, yeah, it is. I would also say we also have to look at it in another perspective of these guys were, a lot of them in this crew were former prison guards, so they were already in some type of law enforcement before they came onto the beat, and a lot of them weren't really actually regular beat cops. It seems like they were recruited specifically for this group. Now, the reason why I think personally they were recruited for this group is because they are big ass dudes. I'm pretty sure that let's go to buddy right here, Emmett Martin. Like I said, 6'3", 270 pounds. Former the prison officer, most likely on one of those, the SWAT teams that are in those facilities. And then he comes on over to Memphis Police Department, and he is basically immediately granted a position in a specialized unit of the police department. Not only him, but Desmond Justin. We don't know where Preston came from. The take of listening to Preston was all right. But and to Darius, Demetrius, like I don't believe we can always go back to training, but no, they were actually, I believe, recruited to just knock heads. Each and every one of them were put on that team to basically do what they did, and it's basically run up on high-profile criminals, snatch them out the car, rough them up, and bring them in. Dead or alive, I might have to add. Dead or alive to that. Also, while I have you on here, Flash, I'm still with you. I have you muted, and I'll unmute you. But you were talking about some of the hypocrisy from some of the more right conservative type people out there. Excuse me. And we've certainly seen, and each and every time we go through this, this is what we see. And I will also, just a thought off my head while we're going through that, is this another reason why we are getting, so just used to or sick of watching these videos because we know what it's going to come with. We know those videos are going to come with comment section of people who have just seen blatant murder, seen blatant crimes by police, and that are going to immediately try to make up excuses for the police officers, and usually at the denigration of the victim.
Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished?
I ain't done because I talk my shit too. You see flashback right there. That's Pops. But I also talk my shit. But just to show you something, I have made a here. Fox Responds.
This is a direct result of all this defund the police stuff, right?
And if you vilify the cops, you'll get less people wanting to be cops.
These endless wars on police departments now, they have dissuaded a lot of good people from becoming police officers. That's a fact. They've had recruitment problems and they've had retention problems. You can look at the data like I can. And what happens is you wind up getting stuck, plain and simple, with just bad guys.
Everyone's behaving inappropriately, including these 5 Memphis police.
Oh my goodness. I know you guys probably heard of this Jason Whitlock blaming. Oh my goodness. This is the whole 4 minutes. He's going to blame black single mothers on this, but hear him out. He was on Tucker Carlson.
Officers, it's an open and shut case. The camera from above captures the police doing something totally illegal. The second-degree murder charges are warranted. This is going to be a revisitation of the Walter Scott, the guy that got shot on camera by a cop in the back. He got convicted, went to prison. It's open and shut case. This is too. I don't get what people are protesting about. These are 5 black officers. The victim is black. The police chief is black. The police have been fired and charged, and they will be convicted, I would assume, by a predominantly black jury in a city that's 65% black. So the system is going to work here. What the other system that's working is the corporate media's insistence on promoting racial division at the behest, in my view,
Look
of
at
the
Tucker Carlson's face.
complex. They want us all looking at this and not looking at what they're doing in Ukraine as they drag
Look at the light in his
world
face.
into World War III. This is a distraction, in my opinion. CNN.
I disagree. I have to stop. I already know what he's going to say, and I have to disagree. This ain't no distraction. This is a straight up criminal act. Okay? It's not a distraction. And this is what Flash was talking about. That there are going to be people that are going to have their prepared talking points where anytime something like this goes down, and it is so frustrating to watch somebody be so damn idiotic. But there's more. Hold on.
They've elected some or put some black woman in charge of the police force, and we're getting the same kind of chaos and disunity and violence that we see in a lot of these cities that are run by single mothers. If we want to discuss the breakdown of family that leads to disrespect for authority, that causes you to resist the police and run from the police and not comply with the police because you resist authority at all time, because there was no male authority in your home, let's have that discussion. But that's not where they want to take us. They want to take us down the path of saying, you know what, this is Tucker Carlson's fault. This is some random this is Donald Trump's fault. It's not. It's the breakdown of family and the buying in to all these left-wing things that have nothing to do with promoting family.
You've been on the show so many times, and every...
Yeah, so that's basically what Jason Whitlock said. Not everything he said, but there's some things that are just too mind-numbing to even go into. And I think that's what we have to do, because it's frustrating, it's tiring, it just zaps your energy. But honestly and on everything, you and I, everybody knows that these police officers were bad, and it may be an extension of a larger breakdown in police departments and in policing and in the United States of America. If you know, you know. And if your first thing is to talk, oh my God, he's talking about the man resisting and not complying. In this case, he's talking about a man resisting and not complying. He's wondering why people are protesting It's not like people are burning stuff down, but he's wondering why people are protesting over this, and perhaps because this is something that happens over and over and over and over again. You know? Maybe
many people know them as the jump out boys in their city.
Are out of control, and we are tired of these issues with police. But that's what we have. So
single time you say something I never would have thought of.
We'll finish
including
that
what you
up.
just said, and I appreciate it. Jason Whitlock.
Of course he
This is a
appreciates
direct
that.
result of all this defund the police
That
stuff,
was
right?
And
that's
if you
just
vilify
crazy.
the cops, you'll get less people.
So we already seen that these are the reactions about Tyre. Let's check Sheriff Clark. Sheriff David Clark, who was once a sheriff in Milwaukee.
It's black on black crime. How about that when 5 black officers, a black perpetrator? It's the kind of black on black violence that we see perpetrated every single day in this country in black communities across the country. If we want to label this thing,
yeah, listen to it again.
It's black on black crime. How about that when 5 black officers, a black perpetrator? It's the kind of black on black violence that we see perpetrated every single day in this country in black communities across the country.
That is what Sheriff David Clark had to say about the Tyre Nichols crazy incident. But the thing is, Flash was talking about the insurrection and nobody got shot, but somebody indeed got shot. And the person who was shot, her name was Ashley Babbitt. Ashley Babbitt was shot as she was trying to break into one of the main rotundas that was outside the Speaker of the House's office. She was trying to break through a glass window. There was a black police officer that was protecting that rotunda, or actually, I'm sorry, the Speaker of the House lobby was protecting that lobby, gave her legal orders to stop coming through the door, the glass window that she did not comply with. And then Ashley Babbitt was shot. We don't want to make it about race right now, David Clark, but let's see his tweet. Let me take myself out of this equation. It says, by David A. Clark, who's just talking all that shit on Tyre Nichols. He says, Ashley Babbitt is a real American hero, shot and killed furthering freedom and liberty, serving the American people. Like patriots before her during the American Revolution, killed under questionable circumstances at best, made the ultimate sacrifice. Who else here can say that? I mean, are we on the same planet? Call in, let me know. 313-825-5557. We're going to talk about the...
many people know them as the jump out boys in their city.
But yeah, that's David Clark. After hearing that, that is actually David Clark. Now, I also have another one, because we were also talking about Donald Trump's response, and Donald Trump had a response to this situation. And let me tell you what, it did not sound like the Fox News talking points or the Sheriff Clark response.
When he started screaming for, mom, that was just a sad thing. I thought it was absolutely horrible.
Did you think that the officers should be charged?
Well, look, the video was pretty graphic. Unless there's something that isn't shown.
The video is pretty graphic. Basically, he's saying from what was shown on tape, yes. He doesn't know if there's anything else on tape, but... You have to stop crime.
Like individual people, you have to get the right people that know when you have to be tough and when not to be tough. This was a case of being very, very tough. Overly crazy.
Overly crazy. Very, very tough. He's talking like a baby now, guys. He does that. He does that when he knows that what's the right thing to say and the thing that he really believes, but he can't because he has to ensure that.
Many people know him as the jump out boys in their city.
And he don't want to lose his base, guys. He does not want to lose his base. So, yeah, we've spoken about the hypocrisy. We've given you updates about the officers. I mean, if you want, we're in queue. I'm going to take another phone call right now, and we can do this overtime. Usually by the time it's like 2 hours in, I'm usually out of here. You know what I mean? But if you guys are watching the show and getting anything out of it, I will definitely stay on with the YOU because, man, like we can definitely... I have pages of notes just of little things that I saw throughout that video that was just insane. But I have some thoughts. The 5 officers were arrested quickly. I hope they keep that same energy for the next time because, God, we know this is going to happen again. It is an assurity that something crazy like this is going to happen again. And something that Attorney Crump said at the funeral for Tyre Nichols was that, hey, we have a precedence. We have a black man that was killed by police officers. He was killed, he was assaulted on the 7th. He died on the 10th, and charges were brought within 20 days. Not a year, not 6 months, not even a month, 20 days. They were able to bring these cops to some sort of justice, the beginning of the justice system for them. And, you know, that is something, if you were going to talk about this, you know, if you're going to look for a silver lining, you know, Tyre could, it just doesn't seem fair in looking for a silver lining in this, honestly. But that's one of those things. Flash, I still got you on with me. I just played the videos and I just kind of want to let you catch up. If you're still on the phone, you saw the videos that I showed of the right wing, basically the Fox News speaking points. I came back and showed you Sheriff Clark and his hypocrisy when it involves complying and not complying with the Ashley Babbitt situation during the insurrection of January 6th. And then I showed you the reply to Donald Trump of how he still tried to keep it a little rightish, but obviously you and I both know that even that guy knows that it was some fucked up stuff that went on there. It is something, Flash. What do you think about that?
Well, I just say, well, a perfect example, just like you just described and gave the reason and example why they was picked for that special force.
Right.
And here's the funny thing.
That's the theory. I'm speculating.
Then you telling me, so the way I felt like that, like you said, on that part, you got a dude that weighs over 200 pounds, close to 3. Mm-hmm. You got 5 of them. And you got this one dude that's 150 pounds. First of all.
Yeah, when he's around those parts. He was a lightweight.
So this is what I'm saying. I hate to say it. Where I come from is 2 things. You just proved to me that they was nothing but a bunch of bullies. And on the other side, there was a bunch of punks. Because if one of them couldn't handle the dude, and it took 5 of them to tase him, pepper sprayed him so close to his face, they probably on the autopsy say he's blind. And then you beat him down, kick him, stomp him, like the white boy told you to do, stomp his ass. I can't get away from that. And before you judge me, because I'm laughing at myself and judging myself what I said, when my expressions and my feelings makes me a racist. But here's the deal. I do have white friends. I served in the military with black, whites, and other minorities. And I can say to this day, in the real world, I can say I got white friends that I do believe that will protect me and take up for my life quicker than some brothers that I know. So on that part, let's get it straight. On the second hand, I do come from a biracial family, as they like to throw in. So on that part again, I want you to think about it. We dealing with truth, we dealing with feelings, we dealing with life, we dealing with reality. And again, like you said, we dealing with things that we see in our society every day, and it's in front of us now. Like I said, everybody got a camera, so it's not no more rumors. But I would say this, when you say black on black crime, where I came from and grew up, most of the black on black crime then was about securing our neighborhood. So when the dude on our block or in our neighborhood broke into one of our family members' house or beat up one of our relatives, now they shooting and kill them. I said, with this, most of that black on black crime, besides the drugs war, which you brought in and introduced to us again with your gun, but besides that, most of when it's coming up, black on black crime was just taking the law in our own hands for the thing of the injustice of our neighborhoods because we couldn't depend on the white cops. So let's get that straight if you know a little history about our people when it comes to black on black crime. And I just like to say like this, we are balanced. Like you said, it was a cop that did his duty, that you said the black cop that shot the white lady, tried to break into the Capitol, which he was justified. But then the humility in us as a people when it comes to a violence, remember, they also show a black cop being chased by the people coming up already in the Capitol. Never once did he grab his weapon and shot anyone, which he should have been justifiable. Because I would have had to die the day after I ran out of bullets because you told me that would have been justice on my side. So these just the little examples that I see from my eyes, my experience.
Hey, Flash, can I stop you real quick? Can I just pause you up real quick?
Sure.
Because you making a good point about that cop. So I also want to, I want to point out that the cop that you're talking about that was running up the stairs, yeah, he could have unloaded his gun. He stayed on his walkie-talkie and basically orchestrated an escape for the members of Congress that were stuck in that building. And he ultimately led those people away using his brains and a walkie-talkie. He didn't need a gun. He didn't have to, kill, upset American citizens, and he kept everybody in there safe, even the people out there that were trying to kill him.
And that proves my point.
He should probably be on 50 cent piece. They need to bring those back at least for him. He could be on $1.
Hey.
Hey, Flash, stay on with me. I'm going to bring in another caller, all right?
Sure. Cool.
Talking shit, getting clicks. You on with Mo 3 times. You got a little background there. Can you take us off speaker or whatever you got going on there, sir?
I'll give you 1 second. I'm about to stop right now. I'm about to pull over right now.
All right. I'm going to mute you up just for a couple seconds here. Stay on the line. I'm going to let you get over. We're all on one line here. I still see you with you. I think that's Vlago. But yeah, Flash, you got to stay on because we're doing this. We're gonna do a little overtime. I'm gonna take you through a couple of things. But while we're waiting for Vlago to get right, you know, you bring up the point that we're always talking about the race of the officer and the race of the officer, but if anybody knows that, like, usually, you know, what we're upset about is the race of the victim. We have songs by KRS-One in the hip hop culture called Black Cop that actually talks about this. And I know that, you know, culturally and in the way that we move, we've always been up on some things, but man, yo, Black Cop came out in the 90s. That's over 30 years ago. And, you know, hip hop is a big commodity with a greater, wider audience. So for them not to know these issues when our hip hop artists are basically reporting the live crimes that happen in the street, then you got to say that a lot of this is out of just, you know, offered ignorance. I'm making up words now and that sound great. Vlago.
Hold on, multi-time.
I'm great. What's going on? You been watching the show?
You know, I was listening to definitely.
Talk to us.
I've been listening. I'm at work. But I was listening to I listened to everything, man. It was I felt the guy name was that was saying about you know, black officers, black town, black judge, so they're gonna take care of it. He made some good bullet points, but he was kind of random in the situation. His bullet points worked for that topic.
Jason
but
Whitlock.
When I had to look up, right? We were talking about the police officers and the crime, right? So as of from 2017 to 2023, I was looking at the stats real quick, right? Now we know the disparity between black and white and Hispanics as far as the numbers, right? But this is number of people shot to death by police in the United States from 2017 to 2023 by race. So 2017, it was 468 white people got shot, 222 black, 180 Hispanic. 2018, 459 whites, 228 blacks, 167 Hispanic. 2019, 424 black whites, 251 blacks, 168 Hispanics. I'm gonna jump down to 2022 because that was one of our biggest years. 2022 and 23 for our year. But 2022, there was 389 whites that were killed by police officers and 225 blacks that were killed by police officers and 120 Hispanics. And for this year thus far, we're at 17 whites, 7 blacks, and 5 Hispanics. The only reason I wanted to bring these stats up is because it's something that guy had said that stood out, and something that Flash had said. A lot of this is not that you got white on white crime or you got black on black crime. When it comes down to media, is that it's always perpetuated about black on black crime. There is white on white crime, there is Puerto Rican on Puerto Rican crime, but when it comes to a label as the people, we're labeled as the topic of conversation and everything. We are what incites the news. If 5 black cops killed this one black kid, like Flash said, in the end of it, yeah, they black, and the other cops killed dude, they white. Yeah, they got these guys fired and everything real fast, and they stalled everybody out. But at the end, they still the boys in blue. And like you said earlier about the military, you said they're militarizing the police. That's what they're doing. The police are no longer thinking of protecting the people; they're keeping people in line and keeping them in check. You are going to follow these rules. If you don't, we're going to pull you over. And if you don't like it, then we're going to adjust your attitude. They're bringing over that. They got that maritime law mindset, and they're making sure that they recruit, just like gangs. You recruiting the big dudes. Like you said, when you got the Scorpion crew, you got the Jump Out Boys, the DTs, whatever you want to call them, in every state, every town, every country, is these big boys who are going to go out and put work in. They going out to
many people know them as the Jump Out Boys in their city.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So, I mean, like, the reality of it is it's shocking because it's thrown in our face to see. But I bet you know why they don't show white cops beating on white kids like that? Because they just see what happened when you tell them they can't have their way with Trump. See, that's what they're afraid of. So who else you gonna use as a puppet for the media? All this is a media is attack your emotions. Like every movie we watch, every TV show we watch, it's all attacking to your emotions. It's all to give you a visualization of things that you won't possibly see on your day-to-day basis. Because half these people ain't never seen a cop beat somebody else. Half of these people can't relate. A lot of people are relating just off of race. It's not even about race is definitely included, but you got the police are in a position to where they should be held at the highest standard. You should not have a union that is now so powerful that the government don't even want to beef with you, because if they don't run with the Democrats and Republicans, you can sway a vote.
Let me pause you up right there.
Let
me pause you up, Blago, because you say something interesting. You said something about the union, right? Where's the union right now, speaking on behalf of these 6-7 cops now that have been fired?
They're not, because it's a sacrifice. You think black cops, that's the first kid black cops been killed? No. You got a whole bunch of other things going on. I'm not going to say it's to stop about the Ukraine thing, but this is constantly being pushed to you. All right, you got all these white cops just killing people. We burning down. Now we got to use some black cops. There you go. We gave you 5 black cops in the whole 5 black town where in Memphis is a war going on anyway. These dudes were county officers. If you know anything about what's going on in Memphis, you know about the big wars that's going on in Memphis, that's a perfect place to go catch them. You can find that in Chicago all day long. That ain't nothing new. Black cops be killing people all day long, bro. It ain't nothing new. All it is right now is just something to talk about. It's something to say that how you black people gonna react to this. We got voting coming up this year. We're going to show you, hey, we're going to step out and watch you handle it.
I know you always think that.
What you supposed to do?
I know you always going to take that. Like we're going to talk. Look, we can't do the distraction thing because this is something that happened. We're not talking about somebody being violated, because we know what happens. They violate rights of people who are habitually in and out of jail, who they've already deemed guilty. It seems like in this time that they got a purely innocent guy, like somebody was coming back home from taking pictures of a fucking sunset, you know?
But no,
so distraction or no distraction, I'm here for this distraction because everybody needs to see this.
And then now he's got his life together.
I'm sorry?
You know what I mean? What about the guy who caught a case and got his life together? Let's not make him the prime candidate for the NAACP to talk about, because black people or whoever are being hurt no matter what your past is. So it's like me. I've been through that situation, running around being a knucklehead in the streets, but I never was violent to the cops. But I had cops pick me up, slam me, punch me in my face, and then lock me up and charge me up.
Right.
And then I had to call my family to come get me. I know what it is. I know how the cops move, but you got to remember, it's a game. They are coming into the world not to protect you. They're not. They're not policy officers. They're not here to protect the policy. They're not here to protect the people. They're here to protect their policy. They're not here for us.
By all means, protect your policy. I don't need your protection. Protect your policy. Just don't fuck with me. Don't snatch me out the car.
But this is the thing. Now they're at the point where they're looking to create drama, bro. If you got officers that they're constantly doing this, you can't tell me you didn't just watch this white cop do this. These cops do this. Like you just said, they got 5 correctional officers, 6'3", 6 something, and they beat this man up like they do in the county all day long. They're being trained from the county like this to the police station, and they recruit who they want in certain positions. Because if you want tough dudes out there, when you going out here to beat up these gang members and all this other stuff, you're not gonna bring the weak ones out there. So they doing what any gang to do. You're bringing your higher forces, but they're forgetting that they're in a position to be standing to a standard of the people, no matter who you are. And now it's not about that anymore. It's not no longer we the people. It's we the corporation. This is what's going on. You want to get money with us? Roll with us. You know, you get fired on, but you know what? You're going to do a lot of time, but we can make sure you do it, keep your pension. They're going to crucify the black dudes. Why? Because what can you do? If you don't crucify them, then you can't talk about what the white people did to this, that, and the third. Make an example. Make an example of your own people. Crucifying like every other cop should be done. Make this the standard, though.
But that's something I was getting to also.
What this lady did and what this lady has done and doing to this police station, make that be the standard. Make that course, what their courts are doing, make that be the standard for all courts around the globe.
Hold on.
All around the United States.
Hold on for a second.
Not no, you get a job, you get to wait it out, we get to go bail, we get to cry and complain for trial on.
You're talking about this lady.
And then find you guilty and let you back out 10 years later.
You're talking about this lady? Cheryl Lynn Davis?
Yeah, the lady up there, and what's
Did you know that Cheryl Lynn Davis came from Atlanta, where she was basically fired because she helped a sergeant that was under her command get out of tried to hide evidence during a sexual assault case. And when I say sexual assault case, I'm saying it's not just...
They all blue.
It was a child.
They're just all blue.
A child involved.
No, but I'm just saying they're still all blue.
Yeah, I hear you.
If it was horrendous, you get another job.
I hear you. But
it's all blue. When you follow in the code of the blue, they're going to respect you like a gang member.
Right.
You go to jail, yeah, you went to jail, you did snitch, we going to respect you differently than the cops are. But when the cops will get the same way with their own, they hate snitches, right?
Obviously.
What makes it different than any gang on the street? Nothing.
I'm with you there.
So really,
but
that's just the reality.
Saying, if this was a distraction, whether inadvertently
I don't think that they did not. I don't think that this incident was to absolutely distract the world. I think it was an incident that happened, and it's become the media's thing to project to the world.
I think
there's so much things going on in this world that outside of this murder, not saying that this murder is not to be spoken on.
Right.
At all. I'm not saying that at all. It's another topic of something that we've been going through. But we got other topics, and we seem to get caught as people. We get caught on one topic at a time, and as fast as this topic's here, we'll forget about that and jump to the new topic. Now they got the whole world jumping topic to topic. If you just stop and just think of the last 3 years, you can't even tell you who was the last rapper killed. This topic is so much now, and it's happening so fast and being moved on, that this is going to move on to the next murder.
So this is
not going to make media no more, and it's not going to make news and topic, and then it's not going to hear about it no more unless, we've seen it done so many times. So, like, a lot of people, a lot of people are watching the world is watching what black people are going to do to black people in this situation because he's complaining about the police.
Something ain't right.
I'm going to tell you something, sir. I will definitely remember this. This is why I'm here, and this is why I do this show. This is why I do this show, because I remember things like this. Because I'm like, what happened with Buddy here, and what happened with this, and what happened with that, and then we're going to bring it up, and we're going to talk about it, and we're going to equate it to what's going on today. Thursdays, 7:30 p.m. We know we way past that, but you can always call in 313-825-5557. I got Vlogo, I got Flashback, I got the whole crew up in here. You guys got to remember.
Many people know them as the Jump Out Boys in their city.
And that's who we are talking about. Vlogo, let me mute you real quick, because you still got a little background going on there. You got a little background going there. But you know what? He does make a point, and yeah, it's a distraction. But you know what, guys? We can walk and chew gum at the same time. I used to know this lady when I lived in somewhere in New Jersey when I was a younger kid, that there would be this lady that walked by our house every day, and she would be walking her dog, drinking a cup of coffee, and not at one of those little sippy cups or anything like that, one of those safety cups. She would be drinking a literal ceramic mug of coffee, walking her dog and reading the paper every morning. We can do more.
You stupid.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean that for that. But she would. Remember that lady? I don't think.
It wasn't coffee.
Oh, she probably had a little shit. You probably had a little Henny in there. She probably had Henny in her cup. That's even more impressive. But we can do all these things. We can still keep our eye on Ukraine and keep up with Ukraine. And even if we're going to even go to Ukraine, come on, guys. Do you guys absolutely positively think that you are getting accurate information from Ukraine, or are you getting the what we call the pep rally speech?
Well, like El Blanco say, when it comes to the mighty dollar, yes.
Everything's about the dollars. Everything's about the dollars.
Well, again, I believe in peace. I believe in unity. I believe in helping those who are in distress. But here's another example when it comes to the Black America, especially now that we get this opportunity because we got this so-called Black History Month that be trying to erase that from our future generation also. But now here's a perfect example. Just as we had that conversation in the past with Kanye West about the Jews, when we make a significant comment about situations or circumstances that's going on in the world and how we have to deal with it, every time we speak out, it's funny that when I look at it, the new racist that's funny to me is the Black man. Everything that we speak out on, we have now become the racist. And again, this project the same influence that the reason why they don't want to teach Black history in schools around their white children, why they don't want to teach CTR, because the truth is not going to hurt us. The truth is going to hurt them and their future generation when they have to look their children in the eyes and explain to them the reason of the history of this country, of how they perpetrated the black man. And again, making us the evil people that really still isn't part of this country. And my perfect example is, support democracies, support Ukraine. But if you tell me you can put all those billions of dollars into another country because it's part of the U.S. sector where you look at it, I'm scratching my head when it comes to your own country and this misguided idea that you teach your people, just like El Blanco said.
Meanwhile, Ukraine is kicking black people off of trains when they're trying to evacuate the country ahead of war. They're saying, oh, no, just Ukrainians. We can't have any of you other immigrants out here of color.
Well, perfect example. So what's sad is the sadness in the part that I feel from the ignorance of white people. And I think, I hope I'm not getting off the subject, but I suggest it's a movie that Eddie Murphy came out with called Who People. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, I saw it on Netflix.
Again, with that movie, the subliminal message that I caught that we keep forgetting, even with Eddie Murphy. First of all, he's a Muslim. His family is Muslim. His daughter is in love with a guy who is a Jew, a Jewish family from a Jewish culture. Now, this is the tip of it. Ironically, again, Eddie Murphy becomes the victim of being the racist and his ideas and his thought for the protection of his daughter. Now, the truth on the Jew family is the mother and the father is ignorant to the history of Black people, our culture, our hair, our speech, and all these things. But their ignorance is they want to learn. Their interest is to learn and to know more about us so we can be unified and can be integrated as one people. But at the same time, when you speak of the Jews now, racist, when it comes to the Jewish family, they're the one that's more secluded and isolated with their culture and their religion than any other race that I can think of. When it comes to the mighty dollar, I said you can give Ukraine billions. The left want to blame Biden, but at the same time, you're the one that want to cut Social Security, Medicare, VA benefits, military benefits, but yet you still don't want to tax the rich and the corporations that's using the economic slavery, which is America never changed for slavery. It's just they don't need Black folks. They really don't need us no more. They use the economic slavery on everybody. And the ones that's being fooled today is the middle class poor whites. Because as long as they're white, they figure, hey, if anything happens, I'm going to be taken care of. And in a sense, it's true. Because if their family down the line, it's a Goldberg, Walmart, whatever, all these names of the wealthies from the banks and everything else, and their generation, they will be taken care of, even down to a job. And when it comes to us as a people, My biggest conflict that I have, really, if I'm living in the community of blacks, I'm not dealing with white people. I'm dealing with my own. So like you said, when it comes to our circumstances and our situation, you know, here it goes. Who am I dealing with? I'm dealing with my own. So when I turn around and the first thing I see as a kid in high school is to see a black cop take a gun and jam it through a kid's front teeth.
Yeah.
And put him against a car.
That used to be the move.
We already see our treatment with ourselves within. So really, it's not new. And it's not a shocker at that point. It's how come 2023, what it's been shown and demonstrated when it comes to ourselves is how much we still hate ourselves. And that's what it proves in the pudding. I say, even though with the percentage of they talk about how many whites got arrested from blacks, but out of the arrested in the beat down, like I said, they have the power to scratch out the numbers, not us, you know? So this is the reality that we see and we live in today. And like I said, not only just with my people, but with my family. And the last thing I say that's sad, that I have the biggest conflict and debate with is I'm using just the opposite of reverse psychology. Until the black
So you're
man
using regular psychology?
in America. Here you go. When the black man in America truly see himself as this is his country, as he claimed in the brows and the sweat of even building it. And because they wrote something in their Constitution, 2023, we still want to accept the fact that this is our country and we are Americans. Because when it comes to integration, Ukraine, Russia with Trump, and China and everything else, the only one still is not getting their rights is the black man and the black American. And if you start selling yourself to them and wave that flag in front of their face and say, guess what? I am American. That's what's bothering you now. It's not about being black because economic slavery holds everybody. But it's the fact that they know this is our country. I'll leave it at that.
All right, Flash. Thanks, sir. I appreciate it. Give it up for Flash giving us that wisdom.
Let the children
say. I love it. All right, guys. So check this out. You can play this back right quick because I was going to do a sequence when I went more and more and dove into the video. But if you're going to look, let me remind you that this is where we were. All right, that's Cheryl and Davis. All right, so this is where we are, guys. We are watching the NBC News Subscribe. This video is 26 minutes and 22 seconds long, so this is what we're working off of. I'm going to give you some timestamps. The Give Me Breath, I wrote down because that just got me at 11:55. And this is not the body cam footage I'm giving you. I mean, the body cam time. This is just the time on the actual video that I'm showing you. So we got the Give Me Breath. Excuse me. And that was coughed out by Tyre Nichols at 11:55 on the video. 12:32 or 20:36, around right now that I'm on a video now. The officer denies EMT from having to bring Tyre down to the EMT. Now, at this point in time that this is happening, I believe that the EMT, and if I have my cursor on here, if you look where the yellow line is pointing, that's south. That's where Tyre was running towards his mother's house. That does look like a long block. It looks 1, 2, 3. He was almost 4 blocks away. I believe the EMT was here at the intersection that you see the yellow line going from. And it took the EMT extra, almost more than 5 minutes to get to the scene, which is weird with, sirens and horns and not being that far, but it took them a dramatic time to actually get there. At 12:36 on the video, one of the officers says, "You fit into getting so much shit, man." You know what? Let's go to it. Play it. That's them denying EMT. Hold on, let's go back for a second. That is officer, the one that's putting this is the officer that's putting away the baton. I believe it was Desmond Mills who actually used the baton, and we know from earlier information that I gave that it looks like he's going to be doing I was blind the whole time because I got pepper sprayed. I don't know what was going on, and I couldn't see anything, which would give cover for him being a witness against his fellow officers and also give himself an out in defending himself against these charges that he and his fellow officers of the Scorpion unit are facing.
Over here with me. If you're able to, bring the suspect over here.
12:36 coming up. Denied EMT.
God damn, man. Man, this man here, man. You can control so much shit, man.
You heard it? All right, and then we're gonna go down to around 14:44. This is when the police officers start. What I seem to think they're fabricating, they're getting together and they're fabricating a story.
I seen him. When he turned around, he hit him with a taser. He snatched them motherfuckers out, took our run. Hell yeah.
He probably snatched them out because they never really hit his body, but most likely hit his jacket. Hold on, guys. This is something, this struck me, is the "you straight" talk.
Yeah, I'm straight.
I think that's to Darius being actually, I believe that's his footage.
I ain't talking about straight like that. I'm talking about not injured. Yeah.
I'm not talking about straight like that. I'm talking about straight like that. I'm not talking about injured. So usually when I'm like, "You straight? Are you good? Like, are you hurt? Is something wrong with you? You need like medical treatment?" They're not talking about that. They're talking about something else. What are they talking about? Could there be drugs in their system? Are they making sure that, hey, I know this shit has gotten out of hand. We know what's going to happen next. We're going to have to pee in that cup because we, use some force. Could that be that? So those are the kind of things that are on my mind. Are you straight? I got a marker for 15:44. Let's see what that is.
I just real bro. My leg, bro. My knee.
The guy complaining about his leg and his knee, I believe, is Justin Smith.
We open the door. I see wiping his face. Hey, he took our running as soon as I seen him wiping his face, bro. Hold on.
All right, I'm going to hit the button here, guys. This is my theory right here. All right, so it seems that, let me go up and say that the original officers at the first scene during the tasing were Demetrius Haley. I believe he got pepper sprayed, and that's who was pouring the water in his eyes. Also with him was Preston Hemphill. He's the officer that had the taser on him. I do not know if it was Emmett Martin that was also up there that was wrestling with him and took off, or if it was actually Mills or to Darius being shown here that were, if they were all five together and they kind of took off the street running or, you know, pulled off in their cars to go catch Tyre Nichols. But this is the part that is very fooling to me. I'm fooled by it.
Where y'all see him? Right here. He was running through the yard, bro. This why I got him. I said he ain't. I couldn't see no more. Well, you said that. We went through there. Yeah. Y'all said bald head, though. I got running as soon as I seen him wiping their face, bro. Hold on. Where y'all see him? Right here. He was running through the yard, bro. This why I got him.
Right there, I believe him. Oh, hold on. I had that picture up. So you hear it. I believe him. And Eunice sitting there saying, like, right there. I don't think they're lying about where they actually spotted him.
He opened the door. I see wiping his face. Hey, he took off running as soon as I seen him wiping his face, bro. Hold on, where y'all see him? Right here. He was running through.
Hold on, where y'all see him at? That was said by Emmett Martin. He's the guy that's 6'3", 270 pounds that could not seem to hold down a 150, 160 pound man.
Yard, bro. This why I got him.
By the way, he's an athlete.
Well, you said that. We went through there. Yeah. Y'all said bald head, though. I was like, yeah. But then he.
All right, so my whole theory is that it is possible, that it is quite possible that Tyree Smith didn't have any type of traffic violations, that it was absolutely positively someone else, and they beat this shit out of the wrong. They beat a man to death, and it was the wrong man. They weren't even looking for him. This is a working theory. This is working theory because, first of all, they're saying bald man, which it wasn't. I believe there may have been other Scorpion units looking for somebody else, and they just happened upon Tyre. There is also the rumor, I have to remind you, that Tyre may have been sleeping with Officer Haley's baby mama, or a love interest to Demetrius Haley. That's the streets talking right there. But right here is so much confusion.
He was wiping his face. I said he wiping his face. So that's it. Yeah. Okay, right on time.
I know. I seen his ass run.
Right on time. As soon as I took his ass to the ground.
I like my leg, bro. I know for the finish.
Bro, my shit been hurting all day, but when I seen that boy running, bro, I ain't sorry no more, bro. Yes, bro.
Bro, I see bean tractor right here. I ain't want my light in.
Damn, where my light go, bro?
And then there's just...
He high as a kite.
Yeah, they're trying to put the story together, say he's high as a kite. Look at this.
Ready to go, bro. Off the channel like a motherfucker.
I see bean tractor right here. I ain't want my light in.
Damn, where my light?
We're finally seeing the EMTs stepping in to render some type of assistance to Tyre right now. That officer in the back, I believe that is Lou, and he's masked up. And before the EMTs, while the EMTs were there, they were standing in the background and looked like Lou was still interrogating Tyre Nichols at a time when EMT should have probably been giving him some medical attention. And that's kind of trash. But there's also some things in here that make me wonder about the police officers' stories. You heard that? Heard something about a camera around the 1623 mark?
All right, no more, bro.
Yes, bro.
Camera's on somewhere. And the person who said the camera is on somewhere is Demetrius Mills Jr.
That motherfucker over here. He high. He high as a mother.
So he's high. Let's keep going.
Hey, sit down, bro.
All right, so I think I showed you guys Lou. I'm just speeding through this because we took a lot of time. I had some technical difficulties like I have every Thursday.
He's not even running fast. And this how I knew you was fucked up. You were running, you just said, that's it.
Right.
Put his turn signal on. So we jump out the car. From there. He got
yeah. I didn't have this part written down, but this is the part that sticks out to me right now.
oncoming traffic. So we tried to, I'm talking about yes, all this traffic. I'm talking, so we tried to get him stopped. He didn't stop. We still trying to get him stopped, hit the siren, stop. That man drove around, swerved like he finna hit my car. So then I'm like, God damn, man, what are we doing? He pulled up to the red light, stop at the red light, put his turn signal on. So we jump out the car. From there.
I sure lost my flashlight.
Actually, I'm thinking that was Emmett Martin who probably got pepper sprayed. I'm not sure about that. I originally thought it was Emmett Martin because he does take off his vest to pour the water in his face. As you can see, there's no tactical vest on him at all. But like I said in the first video, it could have been Haley, and he just puts the he puts his vest back on and continues pursuit, which is quite possible as well.
Dang, I'm out of 10. I got my right. Where you was at, bro?
I also thought that officer that just passed by with the glasses on was him,
where you was at, bro?
I thought that was him, Phil, but it seems like it wasn't. So ultimately, there's going to be more officers that are going to get fired or brought up on charges. There were some officers standing around, and there is a duty to, stop a fellow officer for committing a crime on a civilian. And they did not fulfill that duty. Listen, this is Talking Shit, Getting Clicks. It's a very important show. I named it Marked by Memphis, and it is an update showing the 5 officers, plus Officer Hemphill, who was just also fired from his job. And plus, I believe that I showed you the mystery officer that was also fired, and his name was Lou. Guys, this is subject matter that I do not like talking about, but it would be beyond me not to even bring this up. I wouldn't feel real. I really wouldn't. And it's another thing that, at the end of the day, and it's the reason why I have Tyre's face so prominent in this show clip is because let's not forget that ultimately at the end of the day, we want these cops brought to justice. We do want better policing. We want fair and equitable policing, and we're tired of seeing unarmed civilians, whether black, white, or whatever, being abused by police officers. And because we've been watching these things and we might have tapped out and don't want to watch these types of videos anymore, let me just tell you guys, don't stop. Don't ever forget that this is a possibility of how your life could end up in the United States of America. Just minding your business, coming back from minding your business, and boom. And that is why I did this show, because I didn't want to do the show. Because I watched the video because I absolutely positively didn't want to watch that video. I've watched this video at least 4 times, and I've done it each and every time, and I did not want to watch this video. So this is where we are. So the callers called in, Flash, Vlago, and I do only have one little thing that I disagree about this whole case. I don't, we're always going to break things down to being distractions, and I don't think that's fair at all, because this is a real life event, had real life consequences, where a real life American civilian lost his life needlessly to the overzealousness of a street crimes unit. And that sucks. It sucks that I had to do this show, guys. I would love to be, doing funny Reddit clips or something like that, but this is what we're living with right now. And, we're going to keep on showing that, this is a possibility, and these are things that you need to be aware of that is going on. And I don't care, possibly, what color you are, or where you're from, or your race. If you've learned anything from this, or you picked up anything positive or any new information, I appreciate it. Hit subscribe, hit like, hit share, leave a comment, especially if you disagree. Definitely leave a comment. I'm sure Vlago will go in there, and Flash will go in there and try to, have a dialogue with you. But, man. Only thing I see is young people, lives stripped away, over foolishness, over carelessness. But they didn't stop, and they weren't thinking. And now there are going to be repercussions. I just tried to merge two words. Repercussions and consequences, as there should be. I mean, I have no more beautiful way that I can end this show. We've already been at it for a grip now. This is probably the longest live I've ever been a part of, but it was fun. I'll be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel, but doing it way better. I'm Mo 3 times. And you're watching Talking Shit, Getting Clicks, Me episodes. Let the children sing. Murdered by Memphis.